So recently, when I went to Seattle for a job interview, I decided I should start capturing some of my experiences on video to share with everyone back home. If I didn't make it through the interviews, I would at least have some neat footage to show people of the city. So some of this video was made with that footage. I didn't think I was going to make the cut at the interview, and I thought that I'd just end up at home with some more interviewing experience under my belt. But I did make it through the interviews, and the company offered me a job and a chance to move out to Seattle. I accepted and immediately freaked out at the prospect of having to leave Bentonville. See, I was 6 years old when my parents and I moved to Bentonville. At that time, I was an only child going into first grade and was too young to really have many friends. When we came to Bentonville, I didn't think of it as home. All my parents' friends, my grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, everyone I'd ever heard of were in Ohio. That was home to me. We visited them at least once a year, and every time we left, I would cry myself sick in the car on the way home. My parents were very young at that time and still growing up, and it made an impression on me as a kid when we were leaving just after visiting exactly how hard it is for a parent to watch their child move away. My first brother was born soon after we moved, and I started making friends in my neighborhood. My family found a church they liked here, and I went to some of the kids' programs and made some more friends. And after a few years of living here, I finally had a solid group of close friends. Some of them were good kids, and some of them liked to get into trouble. I was a little bit of both. I ended up moving out of my parents' house to go to the university that was about 30 minutes away, and for the most part, my friends did just the same. We had made it through junior high, high school, church programs, college, and eventually even jobs together. By the time I left for college, I had two brothers and a sister. But that wasn't all the family I had. Over the years, my friends had become my family too. Old friends and new friends alike. There's a really wonderful group of people here that have made my life richer through the time that we've spent together. And now that I'm moving to Seattle, I feel like I'm leaving a lot of family behind. Those memories of leaving Ohio as a kid are still vivid, and they taught me something very important. Even though we left, our family back in Ohio still loved us, and they were still family. The distance didn't push us apart, it just made it a little harder to come over for dinner. Now, the same thing is bound to be true for all of my family here, both biological and social. And once you're family, distance can only separate you physically. So, sure, it's sad to leave, but it's only ever temporary. I'm excited for the future, for moving to a big city and having the chance to work on some really cool stuff with some amazingly smart people. And I'm excited to keep sharing my experiences with my family back at home. Even though I won't be around as often, I think that maybe a few videos like these every once in a while will help close some of that distance. Because there's really nothing more important to me than you, my friends who are my family, and my family who are my friends. This video and everyone after it are all for you. I've been through this airport like 8 times.
Attention, all military members. USO services are provided in Terminal B.